Hey everyone, I finally got around to GPBikes, and the rumors are true. I was told by several people in the comments about how good it is, and it's hard to disagree, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a full game you can review in depth. It's still in early access, and arguably, it's more of parts of a motorcycle game than it is a fire-breathing K5. Piboso, its developer, has made several sim-style games. Between MX Simulator and Kart Simulator, they strive to make physics from scratch and don't compromise on it for anything. For that reason, I feel like I have to take a different angle at it, because it's mostly just a physics engine, and it's definitely not going to be wowing you with cutting-edge graphics, AI, or variety of official tracks. But it has a few tricks up its exhaust. When you start GPBikes, it's pretty deflating, because there is only one bike and 3 tracks. That's it. So yeah, even less content than rims. For the casual player, this is a no-go. But hear me out. GPBikes is more like the original Operation Flashpoint. In order to truly enjoy the game, you've got to be willing to download mods. And I mean a ton of mods. Once you do that, this game becomes something completely different and is saved by the community. Like The Sims 4 for something completely different. Wink. With that, here's the TLDR. GPBikes has the best motorcycle physics bar none of any game I've ever played. It's as close to reality as you like, but you also gotta mod it, and it lacks many features a fully developed game would have. Also, VR support. Holy mackerel. Now let's talk about physics. They're breathtaking, iconic, darn near perfect. GPBikes is as close to reality as it gets. I've always had a hard time playing motorcycle games in first person due to the lack of feeling of the road beneath me. In GPBikes, I can only play with first person. It feels so real. You'll know it too when you hop off your bike and hop on GPBikes. It translates. This burns hatched milestone physics at the stake. Even rims can be added to the fire, but they go second because they're decent. GPBikes gets the sensation of corner entry bueno. You'll stand yourself up full rigid, slowly start pulling on the brake, and then lean the bike over into the apex, and then look out of the corner. As you leave, then you'll stand the bike up and roll on the throttle. It's life-changing. I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time playing any other game. Bikes behave logically. When you pop that clutch with revs, the front tire comes up. Tuesdays and Thursdays. When you push down on the front, you'll feel the fork bottom out. Bikes have chatter, wheel spin. You can lose the front or the rear. Every crash feels different, and you know you were a little too hot on the brakes or the throttle, or you got your line completely wrong. Bikes flex and wheelie over bumps in the track. You'll get to know each corner as its own unique entity, and it gives you that sensation of going really, really fast with that pang in your stomach when you realize a corner is coming up and you're way out of your comfort zone. Seriously, if you love motorcycles and have a PC, go buy it right now. You gotta experience it for yourself and give it a rev. Turn those assists off and go for a ride. Difficulty-wise, I would say rims and Ride 4 are technically a little easier. GPBikes just clicks with my motorcycle instincts, even though it's probably insanely brutal for people new to motorcycle games. Now for the features of GPBikes. As I said earlier, 1 bike, 3 tracks, a time attack mode, and multiplayer. That's it. It's truly bare bones, and anyone looking for a fully featured game should steer clear. There isn't even AI, which would be a nice addition to the game. A fully developed SP mode would also really sell this game to a broader audience. You're paying 25 woolongs to have access to the best motorcycle physics money can buy. That's about it. But when games give you mod support, you will give them Macho Man Dragons. You'll have to mod the game to enjoy it. Just like Skyrim taking 300 plugins to be fun, GPBikes takes 30 plus gigabytes of moddies. Once you sail the sketchy 7 seas of the series of tubes, stop off at You're the Man Now Dog,
Give me the goddamn page!
and download some mods, oh boy, do you have a tasty treat. Because riding any motorcycle in this game with the physics is incredible. Plus, like the original Operation Flashpoint, GPBikes is fairly easy to mod, and the game was developed with that in mind. 2007 CBR 1000RR? Yes. H2R? Yes. R3? Yes. Early 90s sport bike? Yes. Your mom? Yes. Most of the tracks around the world? Yes. Laguna Seca? Yes. Suzuka? Yes. If you can think of it, there's probably a mod for it on GPBikes. The main issue with mods is that mods are of varying quality. Some mods are very basic, some are way too detailed, some modded bikes are a little too easy to ride, some are way too hard. Same goes for the tracks. This isn't your dad's Isle of Man TT, nor is it really the Isle of Man TT2, but whatever, it's free, so you can't really complain, I guess. That's why having one team behind everything in any game is helpful, balancing all the content together and creating a solid baseline for mods. It would be nice for GPBikes to have official stuff, like maybe an in-house created bike and track pack, but alas, all we have is mods, which I will always stand by because old games never die with mods. Also, if you want to know how to mod GPBikes, I made a video for that. Click the link. Now for graphics. They're not so great. They feel like a cross between Modern Times and 1998. I think TT Isle of Man 2 really spoiled me in the environments. Hey, Piboso, go hire those environmental designers. On that note, the rider animations are really good, and each bike visually reacts to the road and twists and turns when the front goes up. Sound. Bikes sound really good, probably due to the handcrafted quality of mods. There's wind noise as well, but other than that, you won't be hearing much else besides the bike. As far as controls go, you're definitely going to want to use a controller for this one. Dyl469 makes a great video on how to set up your settings to get a good start on feeling your way around GP bikes. The biggest difference between any motorcycle game I've played is that not only can you push the bars, you can also adjust the body positioning separately. That means you can push the bike without leaning off, or try turning, but putting your body at the opposite side of the bike. It's a very cool feature. You can also make hand gestures a la SBK 2001. You can imagine by the tone of the physics in this game, bike setup is ridiculous and pretty intimidating. I'm probably going to spend years of my life tinkering with the settings, like I do on Pro Street. I think out of all the motorcycle games I have in my collection, except for Road Rash, this is absolutely the funnest to play in MP, especially due to the physics and the mod support. But don't expect your friends to keep up with you, as they will be crashing and code browning every few seconds. If you are forever alone, you can always run against your ghosts in practice mode. Finally, the biggest rumble in GP Bikes exhaust, virtual reality. Yep, it's got it. God, I wish I could try it, but I've tried playing Skyrim VR with Locomotion and darn near vommed. Olga the Ball Crusher was not amused by her controller's sudden lack of control. I wasn't even out of the starter cave yet. Sadly, in order to get VR, you have to sell the shell of your already sold soul to the reptilians, or shell out a down payment on a Valve Index. Double Dragon CC, his company, IA Systems Computer Controls, makes legit motorcycle controls for GP bikes that you can combine with VR to probably have as close as you can get realism riding a bike digitally. This isn't a paid advert or anything. I just thought that it's the coolest thing I've seen in a long time. It's like the Neuromancer version of riding a motorcycle. Well, that's it for GP Bikes. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
GP Bikes is a realistic motorcycle simulator based on a scratch-built physics engine that accurately simulates motorcycle dynamics instead of options.
Anyway, this has only furthered my hankering for a free-roam bike game with traffic and incredible physics. Nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, join Patreon, and sell your combustion engine-based metal exoskeleton that goes vroom. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh hey, you're still here? I wanted to thank One Armed Bandit for sending me his hometown track. That thing is sweet. Go ahead and download it and play it right now. And finally, you may have noticed already, but I've changed my name. I'm now known as DylonND. Anyway, thanks for all the comments and support. I'll see you guys in the next video.